you remember the videos I made, or the thread I made about ask your questions here, because I can't answer so many email questions and PMs on Facebook? This is one of them videos. Of course, depending on, it might be one of those videos depending on what happens in the next 5 minutes. Alright, welcome back, friends. Thank you for tuning in. I forgot about that thread where I told you guys go there to ask any questions you wanted to. If I could answer them, I would. And I think this is, I'm not going to say if this is number 5 video that we did this on. I'm pretty sure it is. I think this is the 5th one. So let's jump right in, man. Get right into it. This is from, wait, I lost my place. Rick McBroom, is that how you pronounce that? Read more. Okay, it says, hey Randy, do you think you'll ever get that sumbitch Earl lined out? No, I don't think I ever will, man. Love the channel. I've learned a lot. I think I've seen every video, and some of them several times. Keep up the good work, brother. Well, thank you, Rick. I appreciate that, man. I'm going to keep it up. I'm not taking any more in the mail right now, as you know. Well, I don't know if you guys seen that video or not yet. Alright, this is from Paul LeMan. I think is how you pronounce that. I'm not good at all, man, pronouncing names. Paul has says, hi Randy, I have a 1977 Takamine. Let's see, F395 12-string lawsuit guitar. Guild F512 copy. When changing strings, I noticed the rear row of pinholes the strings have pulled through to the front holes. Wow. On several of the holes. This makes it difficult to remove the strings, sorta, but just a pain in the ass generally. Is there a way to repair those slots, canals, the strings have made? Trying to find a replacement bridge is not easy for the guitar. I was thinking to use some super glue to just fill the slots, but I really have no idea if it would be hard enough or if I even need to worry about it at all. Thanks for your expertise and goofy attitude. Ooh, the boogity bob. Alright, what's your name again? Paul. If the bridge is if it's a rosewood bridge, I'm assuming it's rosewood. I've got all kind of dust. Right here sets a bunch of different kinds right there. There's another stack back there. If you have a piece of rosewood even, and it's a rosewood bridge, or, you know, whatever the bridge is, try to use the same material if you can. And sand you some of that, make you some dust, that's what I'm saying, out of the same wood that the bridge is, if you have that same kind of wood. You could use a different kind of wood if nothing else, but it would look better if you use the same kind of wood on it. Sand you some dust, make some dust, take a little pipette like this, you see that? And you can suck that dust up into that and drop it right where you need it to go, okay? Drop it where you want it to go in those grooves you're talking about, those slots. And then I would use thin viscosity CA glue, super glue, but get the thinnest viscosity because it tends to be absorbed by that dust. I mean, it'll run inside the dust, man, and that'll get hard. You may have to sand a little bit, you know, unless you get it perfect before you drop the glue on it. One drop of glue on each one. And it'll get very hard, man, and it'll last, you know, for a long, long time, probably longer than it did, you know, originally. That's the way I would do it. Alright, GT Dad 2. Wow, this is a month old. How old is those other ones? 4 months and 4 months. It's been a while since we touched on this thread. Sorry I forgot about it, man. I just happened to run onto it the other day. Here's one that's a month old. It's from, GT Dad 2, already said that. Indica or sativa of your channel, rock on, brother. Well, I'll tell you, man, that's a tough choice. I'd have to say both of those. I would have to say both of them. Next question is only 3 days old, and it's from Mr. Tuber Goober. That's a cool name, man. I'm hoarse, man. We're getting a windstorm here again. Been out in it, and just, wow, it drives me out. It's going to get a bigger windstorm tomorrow, so they tell me. Mr. Tuber Goober, I bought a cheap 12-string to cut my teeth on. I had to sand the saddle way down maybe the neck wasn't set right. Now I notice the brake angle has been reduced. What if I shave some wood? The bridge is thick just in the pin area, so the heads are lower to get some angle back. I assume you're talking about the angle where the strings come up out of the guitar and over the saddle, or actually before it gets to the saddle, right where it comes up over the out of the hole. I think, if I'm understanding you right. Yeah, you could do that, man. I've got a bunch of videos of me shaving. I don't have an acoustic here close. I got a bunch of videos of me shaving a bridges on acoustic guitars, and usually I'll just take the whole top of the bridge off. But I know what you're talking about, just sanding where the saddles are. Take you a thin straight edge. Man, I can't find shit. Here it is. Take you a thin straight edge like that that'll bend fairly easy. And if you can clamp that across there on the top of the guitar on the bridge, maybe clamp it through the sound hole. I assume you're talking about an acoustic guitar. Stick that, you know, across the sound hole and slide that edge up to where you want to stop sanding at. And clamp it on there and then just sand, you know, right up to the straight edge. I guess you could tape it off, but that's, I don't know how that would work. You know, you get your sandpaper into the tape. I don't think you would be hurt any if the bridge is thick on it to just do like I've done. I've got videos, a whole bunch of them doing it, and just shave the entire top of the bridge off a little bit, especially if it's got a big thick bridge on it. Was that the only thing he asked? You might do what I was just saying there, drop some dust in there like I was said in the last question. Fill those slots in, and you know, drop dust in there, drop some thin viscosity CA glue in that, and you might have to sand a little bit, but after it sets up, then take a knife or a tool, a tiny tool, and you know, recut the slots in there at the, make the angle of the string whatever you want it to be. You know what I'm saying? Alright, I hope that helps. Do you have any videos on how to extract celluloid inlays from a fretboard extension before heating the fretboard from the body? I'm assuming you're talking about an acoustic guitar again here. This is from Scott St. Dennis. Scott St. Dennis. Okay, let me read it again. Do you have any videos on how to extract celluloid inlays from a fretboard extension before heating the fretboard from the body? It sounds like maybe you're going to pull the neck and you're talking about the fretboard extension, ungluing it from the top of the guitar. If I got this right in my head, I don't know why you would want to remove the celluloid inlays. They would be very hard to get out if they're glued in there. You'd have to heat them to get them out. And then the only thing I can tell you, man, is take some kind of a very sharp, tiny little tool and start digging around the side, you know, the outer edges of them. Dig around there and try to pull it loose from the glue. But the ones I did, when I removed the neck or take the fretboard loose from the top of the guitar, I just leave the inlays in there. You know, they never had any trouble. I think maybe one of them did come out one time. Now that I think about it, it wasn't no big deal. I just cleaned the hole out and glued the inlay back in. It wasn't celluloid though. You might be wanting to do this because celluloid will melt. Well, you know, that's all I can tell you, man. Heat it. Heat the celluloid and take something very sharp and pick it out of there. Now, when you get ready to put it, if you tear it up very bad, you know, with a sharp knife or whatever you dig it out with, if you tear it up very bad, there's always a pretty good chance that you can clean it up good and turn it over and put the damaged part where you dug it out in first. You know what I mean? Have the smooth backside coming up to the what you see, the surface, I guess what I'm trying to say. Wow. Alright, I think that's it. I think that's all she wrote, guys. It is, yeah. Now, let me look here, because oh, here's one. I didn't even see this one. Just got a Yamaha FG 830. I like everything about it except the fretboard makes a scratching noise. for every bend I make. How can I get rid of that? I believe I answered that on the last video, but I'll answer it again. You probably, your frets are probably rough. Like everything about it, except the fretboard makes a scratchy noise for every bend. Yeah, usually take some high grit sandpaper, like 1,000 grit, 1,200 grit, and then 1,500 if you have that high, and just sand them, you know. Maybe put a fretboard protector over it. I don't have them here either. Every time the camera's running, man, and I need something to show you guys, I can't find it. No idea where it is. And then when I turn the camera off, I trip and fall over it. Anyways, you may not need a fretboard protector with the high grit paper like you're going to be using, but just sand across the frets, each one of them. And this stuff right here, I've talked about it, man. It's the best stuff in the world. Half-inch semi-chrome polish is excellent for after you sand them, polish them with this. And I guarantee you this, the scratchiness will go away. Pretty sure I answered that in the last video, but go ahead and answer it again here now. So, just in case. Now, wait a minute. Let me make sure there wasn't no... Yeah, that's it. Okay, that's it. So, I hope that helps you guys. I want to put a link down here. Down there. Maybe I'll put one up here, too. And, those that you want to ask me anything, whether it's gear related or not, if I can answer, or guitar related or not. If I can't answer, I will. I'm going to put a link to that. I'll tell you where it's at if you just want to go looking for it, or if you like, you know, just browsing. You go to the front page of this channel, and there where it says videos, I forget what was up there, playlist, community. Some of them says community, some of them says something else there in place of community, but mine got changed, and all that data got lost, man, where I was telling people, teaching people stuff. Thanks, YouTube. Anyways, you go there on the front page of this channel, and where it says those links there, video, playlist, about, there's a community tab there. Click that community tab. I'll put a link to it. Scroll down about 2 or 3 or 4 posts, and you'll see one called Ask Your Questions Here. It's a big long one. Well, after you click on it, it gets big and long. There's a lot of questions in there. But click that. Ask your question there. If you have anything I can help you with, man, be glad to help you with, you know, anything you might be repairing. So anyways, thanks for watching, guys. I hope this helps. And I don't know, and we get a few questions built up. It depends on when the next video of this will be, how many questions I get. You know, if I get bombarded and get a whole bunch, another video come along pretty quick. But this time I didn't get very many, so I was so long making. That's probably why I forgot about it too. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. I hope it helps, and I'll see you next time. Earl, I want you to be honest with me. Now tell me the truth. Have you been into my tools again?
No, Randy, but I've always wanted to get into your great big box of tools.
You're sick, man. You are one sick puppy.